What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Coosco on the ones and twos, doing it big, never small, and I'm here to discuss my competitive journey actually when it comes to fighting games. I started playing fighting games competitively in 2009, that's right, I'm an 09er, being that I started with vanilla Street Fighter 4, and I've been competing since then, but I didn't really start traveling on a national level until 2016. So basically between 2009 and 2016, I competed in tournaments, but only in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I was a kid basically at the time. I didn't become an adult till I want to say 2013, I want to say. But between that, I was a teenager, I didn't have any money to my name. I also didn't have like a way of transportation, so I mainly just went with my friends to local fighting game tournaments. So going to other big tournaments was definitely more on the hard side for me. But like I said, I did participate in the local tournaments. These local tournaments being like Texas Bar Fights, D-Town B-Towns. They were like the staples back in the day, in that era of fighting games. My very first big tournament was Texas Showdown in 2012, which had like Mortal Kombat 9. I played in Mortal Kombat 9, King of Fighters 13, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Soul Calibur 5. I played in a lot of games. So for people that are unfamiliar with my background in fighting games, would say I'm known as a Street Fighter player now, but before Street Fighter 6, I always played NRS games. Mortal Kombat was my main game. I played Mortal Kombat 9 competitively, X, 11, and then Injustice 1 as well, for counting that as far as NRS games goes. So Mortal Kombat X comes out 2015, like April, it's like in the middle of April. I got the game and I started playing it a lot. I was playing a lot not only because I wanted to be like competitive, but also just because I loved the game. If you truly enjoy a game, I feel like getting better is just like that much easier, just because you actually have a passion for the game you're actually playing. If you're playing a game you're not really into, then getting better at the game is going to be a total grueling process. So Texas Showdown was actually a month after the game came out, and I actually just I got a car a couple weeks after Mortal Kombat X came out. I saved up money and I purchased my first car, and so I was able to go to Texas Showdown, in which I drove by myself. It was like a 4-hour drive from DFW to Houston to compete in my first big Mortal Kombat X tournament. It had over 100 people. I actually did really good. I got top 8, and it was like a huge thing for me. I was celebrating with my friends. I was really proud of myself. I just never got a good placement of a tournament of that caliber. It was some fun matches too. I got to play on stream. I played against Alex Valle, which I'm pretty sure I still have a picture of that somewhere on my phone. I'm sure I'll have it up right here. Yeah, I'm gonna put the picture right here if I have it. Playing against Alex Valle, I beat him 2-0. He was playing Shinnok. It was a lot of people watching. It was a stream match. It was a lot of fun too. So I beat him. I played I think Royale, and then I think I barely lost a digit, but I got top 8. I got 7th place. And in that top 8, it was Digit, Chris G, Justin Wong, and a couple other players as well. So like I said, I was stoked on that performance. I was really happy with myself, but I still didn't really see myself getting on an airplane to go to tournaments. But I did go to EVO in July. That was my second EVO. I went to the EVO the year before, but this is my first EVO for Mortal Kombat X, in which I thought I did decent. I made it out of my pool, which is an improvement because I went to my first EVO for Injustice in 2014. I actually drowned in pools. I played in Tag 2 as well, Tekken Tag Tournament, and I drowned in my pools there. So I was really happy going to EVO in 2015 and make it out of a pool for the first time. And then I entered my last big tournament of 2015, which was the Fall Classic. I can't quite remember what place I got, but I do know I had to play against Dragon. That was Dragon's first major fighting game tournament. Y'all know FGC Dragon, insanely good player. I actually had to play him, which I beat him 2-1. That's back when Mortal Kombat X was the first of 2 game. Sonya versus Tanya. I remember hitting a wake up expert on him. It was pretty sick. For people that aren't familiar with the Fall Classic, it's a tournament hosted in North Carolina. I mainly went to North Carolina because one of my really close friends, Sarvin, he actually lived in, he still lives in North Carolina, and so I kind of went there, and we also got to hang out as well. He's usually the person I went to with EVO for a couple of years. So that's it. Those are my 3 big tournaments of the year. It was Texas Showdown, which I got 7th, EVO, which I made out of my pools but lost shortly after, and then the Fall Classic, which I got 13th. And so I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, that was a lot of fun, but I didn't really see myself, traveling to a lot of tournaments. So when I went to Evo, you know, you go to Evo, it's the biggest tournament ever. I went to the Fall Classic because I wanted to hang out with my friend in North Carolina. And then Texas Showdown is a Texas tournament, so I can just drive there. It wasn't until later on in the year I got a DM. I got a DM from a news website within the fighting game scene, that being EventHubs. Alright, and there, as you see, this is actual message that they sent me, which is EventHubs. I believe they contacted me. I think my DMs were closed on Twitter. This is back in 2015, by the way. Yeah, as you can see the timestamp right there. It was November 16, 2015. So my DMs were closed. I'm pretty sure they added me on Twitter, in which this reads off, "Hello, we're working on our top 50 Mortal Kombat X players list for 2015, and we'd like you to participate on your panel." That sentence alone, when I first read that sentence, I was like, yo, what the heck? Because you have to remember, like, this is not like 2024 Coosco. This is 2015 Coosco that, like, still, like, starry-eyed, like, I haven't really had, like, really exposure outside of, like, basically DFW. And just, like, the fact that someone, like, EventHubs, like, an entity is, like, EventHubs, like, reaching out to me to like have my thoughts on like Mortal Kombat X players was like blowing my mind. I was like, holy cow, this is amazing. And so it proceeds to read, "This year we're inviting people outside of our staff to participate by voting on and nominating players for our top 50s. The process will be very straightforward, and we are wondering if you would like to participate. If you're interested, we'll send you more details." I obviously responded, yes, definitely. I am so interested. Like, dude, this is freaking sick. Like, that's awesome. That just sounds like such a fun thing. I was just honored that they even just like reached out to me. Like, that just blows my mind. Even reading this back now, I just remember reading it for the first time back then and how happy I was. It's really sick. But it doesn't end there. So the conversation continues, and they send me this official instructions for the voting. So they go, "Hello. I just sent you the MKX Top 50 ballot for EventHubs. Instructions for voting. 1. Enter your rating in the score column using a number from 1 through 100, with 1 being the lowest rating possible and 100 being the highest. It's okay to give tie scores. Your score should take into account your opinion of each player's overall skill and their performance in 2015. You can leave any player's score column blank if you're not familiar with them. And 4, your ballot is saved, submitted automatically, and voting process will close on November 24th, 2015. Rules of anonymous voting. 1. Do not vote for the following: yourself, any close relatives, players on your direct team sponsor. For example, Yomi members cannot vote for Yomi members. We'll remove any votes that break this rule when we do our calculations." After reading the rulings where it says explicitly that I can't vote for myself, that's when it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute, like I might actually potentially be in this top 50 list. If they're saying that I can't vote for myself, then that means that I'm one of the players that's going to be able to be voted for to be on this list that EventHubs is making. And so I was getting really excited. In the back of my head, I definitely had doubt. I was talking over with a good friend of mine, Mike. He was like the person I was, as soon as I got this information, I hit up my friend Mike. I was like, yo, like, I am actually a judge for like the top 50 players. There's a slight chance I could be in this top 50. And so we were getting pretty excited. But in the back of my head, I was like, well, like I may not get it because like these players are like really, really, really good. And I feel like what's holding me back is I didn't travel as much. I was like, I didn't really travel to anything. So like my name and like credibility is kind of hard to like judge off of just like the couple tournaments I participated in. But I still kind of had high hopes. I was like, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. But if I do get up there, which I mean would be amazing, like then I would be like forever grateful. Fast forward, the list comes out. I didn't make the list. I was actually pretty bummed about it. I was actually very, very bummed about it. But I used that time to reflect on myself. I'm just like, okay, I didn't make it in this top 50 list with Mortal Kombat X players. Like, what can I do differently to make it onto next year's list? And so this was like the start of me believing in New Year's resolutions, because the list came out, I want to say like in December or something like that. And so January 1st, 2016 comes around, and I made a notes tab on my phone, but I still think I have it on my phone. I made a notes tab on my phone of the tournaments I want to attend in 2016. Mind you, I would never like travel to tournaments really. I really only travel to DFW tournaments, like Evo, and that's basically it. And then the Fall Classic, but that's kind of an outlier. I just went to hang out with a friend. So I made a whole list of tournaments I wanted to attend in 2016. I was like, I'm going to make that EventHubs list, and I just have to believe in myself. I just have to practice a lot, and if I can go to these tournaments as well, I feel like I can make a name for myself because I just wanted to be on that list. It just set a fire underneath my rear, bro. Like, it was crazy. I was just that motivated to grind hard and just to make a name for myself in Mortal Kombat, just because like I was like, I feel like I should be on that list. I feel like I have the power, like I have the potential. I just have to just stick with my guns and just keep at it and keep on grinding. And so that I did. I took the grinding really seriously. I was going to my local versus gameplay. I went there every single Friday, like consistently, just to practice, as I didn't really play online much in Mortal Kombat. I wasn't a fan of the netcode, so I strictly played offline. So all my practice was to going to this local meetup every Friday to compete with some really good DFW players. So not only that, I was a full-time student in college, and I was working 4 days out of the week. It was like part-time at a grocery store. Whenever I had a lunch break at, say, work, my lunch breaks were an hour long, and I would legit drive home, boot up Mortal Kombat X, and practice in train mode my hit confirms for Sonya Blade. I did that every single time I was at work. I would go on my break, and then I would just drive home and do that. Rinse and repeat every single time I would show up at work. And so I was really dedicated to get better at Mortal Kombat X, to prove to EventHubs, hey, I deserve a spot on this next top 50 list. I'll have to reduce the brightness, but there it is right there. It says it was made in like 2016, and it says like last edited was like October 17th, because my last tournament was SoCal Regionals in October. And so I literally have 2016 regional majors I'm attending. It says Frosty Faustings, Final Round, Texas Showdown, CEO, Evo, Absolute Battle 7, Default Classes, SoCal Regionals, and I was like tracking my results as well as I was doing this. A lot of these tournaments on this list where I attended for the first time ever. And so I have Frosty Faustings of 2016, I got 2nd place. I did Final Round, I got 7th place. That was huge. That was my first major top 8. Oh man, dude, I'm gonna have to make a whole separate video for that tournament, dude. That run was crazy. But yeah, I got 7th place. That was a major tournament. I'm talking like Sonic Fox Dragon, like Slayer, Michelangelo. Yeah, I got top 8 there. Texas Showdown, I got 4th. CEO 17th. Evo 25th. Dude, I got top 32 at Evo. Yo, hold on, I'm kind of nice. Yeah, I got 25th at Evo. Absolute Battle 7, I got 7th. The Fall Classic, I got 3rd. And then SoCal Regionals in California, my last tournament, I got 13th. Funny thing about the SoCal Regionals thing too is because earlier on in the video I talked about how I played against Alex Valle at Texas Showdown the year before. I go to SoCal Regionals, which is like Alex Valle's event. And I was just walking around the venue, and he just came up to me and said, oh, like, I definitely remember you. I was like, oh, really? He said, yeah, dude, you whooped my ass in Mortal Kombat X at Texas Showdown last year. I was like, oh, dude, like, dude, yeah, I'm surprised you remember me. It's, oh, yeah, bro, like, you don't forget the people you lose to. And, like, I just think about that a lot. But, yeah, Alex Valle is, like, super chill. And he's definitely, he was happy that I was able to make it to his event. So I loved SoCal Regionals. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it isn't SoCal Regionals anymore, but it was definitely like the California tournament. EventHubs, that DM that they sent me is the reason I went on this whole like national tour to tournaments to prove myself that I was worthy of this top 50. And you know what happened? I did all of this. I wanted to be on that top 50 list of 2016 so bad, and they didn't do a top 50 list for Mortal Kombat that year. I was bummed. I was like, wait, what? I did all this work, and then y'all aren't doing a top 50 for Mortal Kombat? And so I was like, dang. But I was reflecting. I was like, you know what? Like, even though they didn't do the top 50, like, I needed that. I definitely needed motivation to really push myself in fighting games. And I am forever grateful that I had that conversation about the 2015 top 50, because without that, I don't even know if I would have ever traveled, like ever, for fighting game tournaments. So that started my whole, I want to say, my career at FGC, honestly. Because ever since then, I traveled to so many tournaments now. Like, I travel a lot for events, and it's all to the thanks of EventHubs. Motivation comes in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes you just need a little fire underneath you to really kickstart how you want to, start your journey in any aspect of life. For this aspect of life, it just happened to be fighting games. But I'm really thankful for the EventHubs, because without them, like I said, I probably wouldn't have been traveling as much. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much. Be sure to leave a like, comment if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps out greatly. I do want to do more topics like these in the future on my channel. I think it will be pretty fun, so I definitely want to do some experimenting on my YouTube front. But I appreciate y'all so much. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a great day.